Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Steven from Steven Gaming TV, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a game, how to use the event editor and make a similar little game like this one that you are seeing on my screen, where the player can shoot bullets and kill some enemies that surprisingly look all the same. Now you are going to close the application, and probably I am going to close the application because I know that you don't have that application open yet. And we are gonna go and make a new application. Go to our frame editor, and we are going to double click and make a new active object, and we are gonna double click a second time, make another active object, and double click one third time, make another active object for our enemy. So this will be your player, this will be your bullet, and this will be our enemies. Today we are going to learn about the event editor, so we need these three things in order to make a nice application of what the event editor actually means. So we are going to rename this player, yeah, just whatever, and we are gonna draw something just so it looks nice. Let's pick green is okay. We are going to name him Link, because if I say Link, we are gonna go and run into some copyright issues with 910 something, and we are just gonna make a small circle, whatever you make, as long as it's small and rounded. And we're just gonna adjust these two things. I don't really have to do this. I think it's automatically at the center for you, but still you're gonna press on this little eye icon and you're just gonna align it to the center. Now you're gonna put that on the side. Now you're gonna click on active 3, you're gonna rename it enemy, and you're gonna rename this one bullet. So after you have renamed everything, you are just gonna make an enemy. We are going to draw something, let's say purple. Aliens are purple. Aliens are actually friends and enemies, but just for this tutorial we are just gonna shoot aliens. So you have just made a nice looking alien right here. You can put that up on ArtStation if you want, because that looks really good. You are going to go to the event editor by clicking on the event editor icon at the top over here, and you're gonna make a new condition by clicking on the new condition blinking text. What you're gonna do now is click on this keyboard icon, say the keyboard, upon pressing a key, and press S on your keyboard. So when you press S, what happens when you press S? Go to your player and you are going to right click on it, launch an object, and then check the bullet. It's gonna say speed of the object. We're gonna make this 50 just so it is much slower and is much visible on a screen recorder, and say use direction of player. So click on OK, and if you run the frame by pressing F7 or clicking on this icon right here, if you press S, it's gonna launch bullets in the direction of the player. So the player is currently facing right. So what you're gonna do now is you are going to click on Link, and you are going to go to this movement tab right here, and you're gonna go to movement type 8 directions. So what this does is it makes you able to go around, to move around, and to look around in multiple directions. So right now I'm pressing up, it faces up, pressing down, faces down, pressing left, faces left. Right now I'm gonna explain to you what the event editor is. The event editor is where the mechanisms of your game happen. It's where you code the engine, it's where you code the logic of the game. Like, if somebody smashes my player, what does the player do? Does he die or something like that? You click on new condition, and there's the screen that opens up. When you click on any icon, these icons represent many things. You click on any icon and there is always an event for each thing out there. So here you can have always, never, etc. For the music, you say music is music paused, is music not playing. Here you can say start a frame. For example, you can say start a frame play a music when this frame starts. So you can say start of frame, click right here and say music, play music, and then you open the music file from here. So what this is that this part on the left checks what is the current condition. This means what or when. This means when, and this part on the right means what to do when that thing happens, what to do when that thing happens. So here it checks what happens. So we are gonna replace this by clicking on doing a right click and replacing, and we're gonna click on this. For example, we are gonna right click on the bullet and we're gonna check collisions, overlapping or colliding with another object, collisions with another object. Then it is gonna open up this thing. It's gonna say test collision. We are gonna click the enemy, our nice looking alien right here, and you're gonna say okay. So this checks if the alien is colliding with the bullet, or more precisely if the bullet is colliding with the alien. Now we are gonna check the enemy. We're gonna right click that and we're gonna click on destroy. So what this does is that it checks if the collision between the bullet and the enemy is present, which means that if the bullet touches the enemy, I'm explaining it like you're 5 here, and if the bullet is touching the enemy, what does the program do? The enemy gets destroyed. That's very savage. So right now we're gonna test that out. Remember, you press S to shoot the bullets just like you instructed earlier. So if we press S, the bullet is gonna kill the enemy. You can also say something. You can also make multiple results, such as the bullet, destroy the bullet as well, or if you have two conditions that have the same results. If you have two actions that are similar, you can just drag the action to the other one, so it destroys both the bullet and the enemy right here. So now if you check that out, it destroys both the bullet and the enemy. So if you have 1,000 enemies lined up, it won't destroy 1,000 enemies with just one bullet. So that prevents that. And I guess that's pretty much it, because we've covered a lot of things, but I want to make sure that you know this. If you right click on an already existing condition, you can delete it, or you can also insert another condition. So this means that you can add something else, like repeat while key is pressed. So if you press space, so this means that there will be two conditions, and the thing only happens, the action only happens when the two conditions are met. So if the bullet just collides with the enemy over here, it won't do anything because it has to meet the two conditions. But if I hold the space bar while pressing on this S button, it is gonna kill the enemy. So you have to press the space bar in order for the enemy to be killed by the bullet. So that is what this means. Remember that the order of the event conditions also means a lot, and you can also negate things. For example, something like if the player overlaps something, if the player is not colliding with something, and something like that. So you can also replace an event, and you can add an OR operator. This means if this collides with this, or if something else happens, then destroy the enemy and the bullet. So thank you for watching. That's it for the event editor. I think you got a nice idea of what you can do inside of it, and I advise you to watch a lot of tutorials, because that's the only way you're gonna get good with this program. So thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, and tell me how I can get better, and subscribe if you want to subscribe. Thank you.